What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. So today I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw this little interaction between two people that I follow. This guy, Ra CSGO, or RA CSGO, however you say it. He tweeted out this and he said, first €100 agent win. And obviously I'm in the United States. I don't really know much about euros. I'm not really great with what the conversion rate is or anything like that. But we're going to take a look at, the price in US dollars and everything like that in a second. But obviously they're talking about the prices getting closer and closer to €100, $100, all that stuff. The fact that agents have been doing pretty well and that prices are holding up well and are still going up, and we're getting closer and closer to potentially having the first $100 agent. I also saw Jay Alex, he replied and he said, what the F is happening here? And then this guy says, amidst the chaos, agents, and then the upward, price arrow graph, whatever you want to call it, emoji. So this made me want to take a second look. I know a lot of people on like Reddit and Twitter and stuff have been talking about agents recently, but I haven't really seen how agents have been performing. I haven't really been seeing how they're doing. We all know that on this channel, historically, I'm a big fan of agents. I've actually said that agents are probably one of the better asset classes out there in terms of investment grade stuff. And honestly, with how little love they get, are probably one of the most underrated asset classes in the CS investing world. So I'm definitely a big fan of them. I don't own any agents at this time, but they're definitely one of the things that I want to start adding positions to my investment portfolio now that I'm finishing up with my Paris investment and stuff like that. But in this video today, we're going to be going over what agents have been doing lately and checking out if there's any ways that we can maybe make some money off all this craziness. But first, just wanted to plug my cash trading business really fast. Obviously, I am buying any kinds of CS items, whether you're looking to sell skins, stickers, knives, whatever, capsules. I've bought, I'm talking to somebody about buying in the patch packs from Stockholm right now. If you're looking to sell agents, anything like that, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be linked in the description below. It's a safe, easy, efficient, effective way to cash out your items into, cash, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, crypto, whatever you guys want. We can probably get a deal done at hopefully pretty competitive prices. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So again, people are talking about how crazy agents are going right now. So I want to start by looking at Esport Fire and taking a look at the agents graph, which tells a pretty interesting story because we can see here this big downfall that they had not too long ago. This is September 27th. This is the day that CS2 officially released, and agents went tumbling down. They went from 572 overall to about 500, which is around a loss of 70, which is over a 10% drop. That's like a 12% drop, somewhere in there, something like that. Just trying to do some math on top of my head, but around a 10% drop for agents in that time span. But you can see they had the V-shaped recovery, the epic meme. They had a very crazy recovery. They hit this bottom on September 30th, and then not 2 days later, on October 2nd, they did a rebound very quickly. Now, I'm not sure if this graph is entirely accurate, if it exactly tells the story or whatever, but I can confirm that prices are back up for agents. I don't know exactly how low they got or, whatever, exactly how accurate this graph is, but I think it tells a pretty accurate story. But agents have rebounded quite well. Now, I think these tweets are a little bit misleading and a little bit misguided because they're saying, hey, first €100 agent win. Oh my God, amidst the chaos, agents are going crazy. But when I look at the overall agents graph, you'll see that are agents really going that crazy? Are agents not just kind of right back where we started? Hey, on October 5th, the day that I'm recording this video, this is where we sit, and this is where we were on September 27th or even September 26th, the day before CS2 released. It seems like things went down and then back up, and we're kind of just where we started. Now, agents overall have been doing very well. Yes, look at this 3-month graph for agents. Agents have been going crazy. Agents have been amazing investments. Agents are very close to the all-time highs that we've seen in agents. They're very close to the peaks that we saw in the craziness and the hype of April and March of 2023 for the CS2 hype. Kind of some of the craziness that we got there. And the fact that agents are actually close to those tops is a very good sign. They have been a strong performing asset. They haven't dropped, very much or for very long, and obviously you can see they've rebounded well, and I think that's a really great sign for them. Honestly, if you look at some other items like even certain types of cases, the case graph from 2016 to 2019, even the cases graph pre-2016, agents have done better than cases, and cases are being talked about like one of the most crazy assets right now. But again, it's not like agents are just running. They're just kind of rebounded back to where we started amidst the time that the market overall is not doing very well. Because if you look at something like the CSGO all items graph, you can see here that this thing crashed down, it rebounded a little bit, and then it kind of went back down to these lows that we're seeing. You know, while agents have recovered all the way back to pre-CS2 release, the CSGO all items graph definitely has not, and then the eSport Fire 300 graph saw this big steep drop off. It rebounded about halfway, and then it started going back down as well. So agents are definitely outperforming the market right now. They're definitely doing relatively well, but if you had bought agents, you know, 2 weeks ago or something like that, you might be up a little bit, but you're probably just like even. But honestly, you have to look at everything relatively, because being even or up 1, 2, 5, 10% in this market is very, very great right now, because most people are getting crushed. Most people are down a lot. Now, I don't think these people are going to stay crushed. I still think CS investments are going to do quite well in the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, whatever. But right now, in the short term, agents have been definitely a very, very great investment. If we look at some of these prices, you know, here are the numbers in USD. And not too long ago, I actually made a video talking about agents. So, you know, I looked at all these prices not that long ago. I believe September 23rd, I made that video where the most expensive agent was Sir Bloody Miami Daryl, and he was like $71. So he has gone up in the last 2 weeks from $71 to $77, which again is close to a nice 10%. It's like 8-9% increase in 2 weeks, which is crazy. That's awesome. But, you know, whenever a CSGO item goes up 8% in 2 weeks, are people tweeting, "Oh my God, that item stonk emoji"? Like, no, there's stuff going up 8 to 10% in 2 weeks, like all the time in CS. You know, if people are going to be talking about, "Oh my gosh, from Mist to Chaos, agents are stonking." Like, I would expect stuff to be going up like 20, 30, 40, 50%, you know, going really, really, really crazy. Because even though those are absurd types of gains, we can often see that stuff in the CS market. But like I said, I do have, you know, my spreadsheet where I had tracked agent performance over the last 24 months. This was in September 23rd. And like I said, at that time, I came to the conclusion that agents are actually very, very good investments. You know, from September 23rd, some of the best performing agents were up around 3x. This being Mangos DeBisi, Wet Sox, Gago Fernandez, D Squadron Officer, Primero Tenente. I don't know how you say that. But there's, you know, tons that have done quite well. Daryl Royale, Loudmouth Daryl, Daryl the Strap, Miami Daryl, Number K, all up 2.5x plus in the last 12 months, which that's pretty strong returns. You know, that's pretty good. If you look at the last 18 months, you know, some agents, still a lot of the same agents still doing very, very well. So yeah, these were kind of the main agents I was looking at there. If we look at the performance of some of the top priced agents over the last month, it seems like the most expensive ones aren't necessarily doing the best, but there's definitely some expensive ones doing okay. But again, this was a week ago. Miami Daryl was 76, 79, and today he's like 75 or 76. So again, are agents going that crazy? I don't know. But like I said, them holding strong is definitely a great sign in this market. Here is Goggles Fernandez, which again, I said has been really one of the best agents to own over the last like year or 2 years or whatever. This was a month ago, $55, now up to around $59. Definitely some nice gains there. But over the past week, nothing too crazy, pretty flat, maybe even down a little bit. But like I said, a lot of stuff in the market is down. We have Wet Sox here. This is in the last month, I believe, going from 41 to around 50. Definitely some nice gains. And then in the last week, going from about 45 up to 50. So nice gains there. I don't know. Not all the stuff's loading. Some other agents that I like, Getaway Sally, definitely seems like an interesting one. 45.38 a month ago to 48.33 now, and then a week ago, about 48.44 to 49.46. Number K, I think, is always going to be one of the most iconic agents, and one that I think will perform quite well. The only thing that sucks about Number K is he does not have the highest rarity value. I think if he did have the highest rarity value, he might even be the most expensive agent in the game, but I believe he's the second most. But he's still doing quite well in the last month. He went from $40 to around $43. That's nothing to scoff at. And over the past week, about $43 to around $44. So again, a lot of stuff staying relatively flat here. We have Medium Rare, who in the last month looks like he's done well, $16 up to $18.45, not bad. And then in the past week, you know, going from $17.93 to $18.50. Another one that I like is Little Kev. This is one that I have owned for a little bit. I actually bought this one in a cash trade and then sold it off. $15.47 to $18.52 in the last month. And in the past week, you know, about $17 to around $18 or $19, which is a nice little gain there. Safecracker Voltzman, I think this one is very cool. I like his hair. I like his glasses. This one is one of my favorites. $13.20 up to $13.80 in the last month. And over the past week, going from around $13 to around $14. The Dr. Romanov, I really like the agents that look a little bit different, look a little bit unique. There's a kind of groups of agents that look a little bit the same. So, you know, I would definitely go for rarity. I would would definitely go for quantity, and I would definitely go for ones that look a little bit different or have something different, some reason that people would buy them, are kind of the three things that I think stand out to me and agents the most. But this Dr. Romanov, he's done very well in the last month, $6.77 up to $8, which is like a 33% gain in the last month. So that's definitely one of the better performing agents, $7.38 to $8 in the last week as well. And then even at the very bottom, this is the very cheapest agent in the game. This is Ground Rebel Elite Crew. Nothing really even special about him, but this is just to show that even at the bottom of the market, even the cheapest agents seem to be fine and solid investment. So if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper or looking to buy something in bulk, cheap agents could actually be a decent investment. Now, obviously, you need to be careful with their rarity and the overall supply and stuff like that, but they seem to still be doing okay, because in the last month, this Ground Rebel Elite Crew went from $1.50 to $2. And again, that's a 50% gain on something that's $1.50. That's a 33% gain in the last month. These things are doing good. Obviously, one of the big knocks on agents is that they are not consumable, but you also have to understand that throughout the history of agents, they haven't been all that popular, and the supplies are not that high. And even though we haven't seen a huge peak player base increase for CS2, if that ever comes, yes, they could be adding new agents in future operations or whatever, and that could, in the short term, affect agent prices. But if they do release some new agents and agents get new buffs and there's all new customization options and stuff in CS2 where now you can see, more of your agent, you can see your legs and all that stuff, that could definitely help out agent prices. And I do believe I saw something on Reddit that was like September, we saw the most unique players in Counter-Strike history. So even if the peak numbers aren't up, there are still a ton of people coming to Counter-Strike, playing it, trying it out, at all different times all over the world. And I don't think it's a shocker that we're seeing agents increase. I think they are very popular. I think they're cool. They're interesting. And they are one of these items that has received a buff in CS2, but it just seems like as many people aren't talking about it. So yes, agents are not like going absolutely insane, but historically they've been a strong investment. Right now in a down market, they're holding up very well. And there's something that I think for the medium and long term that you can't really go too wrong buying. Like I said, I would not be shocked if we see a drop in them, when a new operation or something comes out. But historically, when I'm looking at this stuff, those operation drops, they seem pretty short and they don't seem all that catastrophic. It seems like if you just hold through them or even buy the dip, you're probably going to be all right. So I wouldn't worry too much. I would not be shocked myself if I start buying some agents, start up some new positions, something like that. And I don't think you guys would be making a bad decision if you did that either. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.